Human Biology, paper 2, May 2019. Let's start. Question number 1. The diagram shows a section through one type of tooth. State the name of this type of tooth. So it's a molar tooth. Which substance forms the outer layer of the tooth? The outer layer of the tooth is formed by enamel. Explain why this type of tooth is more likely to decay than other types of teeth. The reason is because it contains ridges and it is more difficult to clean because food is easily trapped inside the molar tooth and it is hard to reach for cleaning purpose. Question B. The bar chart shows the percentage of children with tooth decay. It gives the information for 12 and 15 years old children over a period of 30 years. They have shown the bar chart starting from 1983 till 2013 or 2013, and this is how they are showing the percentage of children increasing with tooth decay. White bars are showing 12-year-old children and the dark one are showing 15 years old children. Question says give two conclusions that can be made from the data in the bar chart. First information is as the years are passing, the percentage of children with tooth decay is decreasing. And secondly, the highest peak is observed in 1983 and the least percentage is observed in 2013. Suggest a reason for the change in the percentage of children with tooth decay over 30 years period. There could be many reasons like more awareness of cleaning or brushing the teeth or visiting the dental clinics more oftenly or personal hygiene like using floss or fluoride toothpaste. Question number 2. The image is an electron micrograph of a human body cell. The table gives information about parts of the human body cell. Complete the table by giving the missing information. Question 1 is asking about, so X part is, the function of X part is release energy from glucose. As we know, the powerhouse of cell is mitochondria, which produces energy from glucose. And the function of nucleus is to control the activities of the cells. It also contains chromosomes or DNA, which is hereditary material of the cell. Question number 2. Electron microscopes and light microscopes can both be used to view body cells. Which of these is an advantage of using electron microscope? So electron microscope gives better resolution. More cell structures can be seen with greater resolution, so this is the correct answer. Other option says more cell structures with less resolution. It's wrong. Fewer cell structures, it's also wrong. Question number 3. The actual diameter of the human body cell before magnification is 0.05 mm. They are talking about this cell. That actual, they are telling us that this is 0.05 millimeter. Use information from the image to calculate the magnification of the cell. As we know, the formula is I equal to AM. So magnification can be found out by image divided by actual. Here we have to measure the given image using ruler and it might give you 6 centimeters, so convert it into the millimeter, 60 millimeters. So applying the formula 60 divided by 0.05, which is given in the actual reading, and here we will get 1200 magnification. Question B. Body cells produce carbon dioxide. Describe how carbon dioxide passes from a body cell into the blood. Carbon dioxide passes from body cell into blood by diffusion, and how diffusion happens from higher concentration of carbon dioxide to lower concentration of carbon dioxide along or down the concentration gradient. Question number 3. The diagram shows models of 4 biological molecules. Draw a straight line from each model to its correct description. One has been done for you. Here you can see different models and here description. So first one is obvious that different amino acids are attached to make protein chain. They have already matched this one. Second one is lipid made up of fatty acids and glycerol. Third one shows carbohydrate made from sugar, as it looks monosaccharides attached together. And this is a structure of DNA made from nucleotides. DNA made from amino acids is wrong statement, and lipid made from sugar is also wrong because lipid is made up of fatty acids and glycerol. Which body organ produces enzyme that break down protein? As you know, protein is broken down by pepsin enzyme in the stomach. Gallbladder, it stores bile coming from liver. Large intestine does not have any enzymes. Mouth contain amylases to break down the carbohydrates, and stomach contains pepsin to break down proteins. Question number C. A student uses this method to test different substances for protein. What are the steps? Grind solid substances into small pieces and then placing these into separate test tubes and then adding a few drops of biuret reagent to each substance. Record the color change for each substance. Here the table is drawn with the results. Different substances are milk, pasta, lemon juice, cheese and distilled water. And here you can see the results with the purple color changes show the positive biuret test. In the student's test, how many of these substances give a positive result for protein? So choose the purple color. There are 3 substances, so answer is 3. Question 2. The results for distilled water is incorrect. Suggest one mistake the student could have made to get this incorrect result. It could be due to he has not washed the equipment properly, or maybe some protein component has been added to the distilled water by mistake. Question part D. The table shows an incomplete risk assessment for the biuret test. Complete the table by describing how to reduce the risk of each hazard. So different hazards are stools, which is trip hazard, broken glass, which can cause cuts, biuret reagent, which is an irritant. What are the how to reduce the risk? Stools, make sure to keep stools under bench. Broken glass, which can cause cuts, we have to make sure that keeping equipments away from the edge of the table. Biuret reagent, which is irritant, so to use them we should wear goggles to reduce the risk. Question 4. Read the passage below. Use the information in the passage and your own knowledge to answer the questions that follow. Let's see the question first. In 1916, an American doctor, Joseph Goldberger, noticed symptoms of mystery disease that were common among his patients. These symptoms included headaches, swollen tongues, skin rashes, upset stomachs, and mental illness. In one American state, North Carolina, 40% of the 30,000 people living in this area died from this mystery disease. Goldberger investigated whether the symptoms of the mystery disease were caused by pathogens. His investigation involved injecting himself with the blood from one patient, eating the skin rash of the other, and swallowing the fluid taken from the intestines of the third one. Goldberger did not get the disease, although he did suffer from the nausea and diarrhea. Goldberger concluded that the symptoms shown by the patients were not caused by an infectious disease. He decided that they were more likely to be caused by the poor diet of the patients. Question number A. Calculate the number of people in North Carolina who died from this mystery disease. So they have mentioned here four lines 4 to 5, that 40% of 30,000, so we have to find out 40% of 30,000. 40 by 100 times 30,000 will give you answer, so it's 12,000. State the meaning of the term pathogens. Microorganisms which cause disease are called pathogens. Question C. The people were suffering from deficiency disease called pellagra, which is caused by lack of vitamin B in the diet. State why deficiency disease such as pellagra are not infectious disease. Infectious disease are those disease which can be transmitted from person to person, and it is not transmitted like infectious disease. That's why it's not an infectious disease. Question D. Describe a method that Goldberger could use to show that the symptoms of his patients were caused by lack of vitamin B in their diet. So we have to explain how to test it by testing two groups or samples of people. One group should be given with the food with the vitamin B, and other group should be given without vitamin B. And then we have to compare the results by checking the health of these two groups. Question part E. Scurvy is another deficiency disease. Scurvy affects the production of protein called collagen. Collagen is a component of many body tissues including cartilage. Explain why a person with scurvy often experiences pain when walking. Lack of collagen results in damaging cartilage, and when the cartilage is damaged, then there could be frictions between bones while walking. That's why the person experiences the pain when walking. Question 5. The diagram shows how genetically identical twins are produced. Name the process that occurs at stage 1, where we can see that in stage 1 the ovary is releasing a tiny particle which is called egg. So this process is called ovulation. Name the process that occurs at stage 2. Here you can see the sperm is going to enter the egg, which is called fertilization. Use information from the diagram to explain how genetically identical twins are formed. You can see here this is only one zygote formed, leading to monozygotic twins. Here the embryo is dividing, the same embryo is dividing and giving rise to two individuals. Because zygote divides into two parts and each half develops into one offspring, and both individuals are developing from the same zygote. Question B. In vitro fertilization, IVF increases the chance of producing twins. Which hormones are given to female at the start of IVF treatment? At the beginning of IVF treatment, they are given FSH and LH, follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone. Describe the procedures in IVF after hormone treatment. After that, eggs are produced in the female ovary, which are collected from there, and sperms are collected from male person, and then eggs are fertilized with the sperms in the labs. That's why it is called in vitro, to form embryos, and then these embryos are placed back into the female uterus. Question 6. The diagram shows human circulatory system. This picture is showing you human circulatory system. What is the name of blood vessel X? This is blood vessel X, which is going away from the heart towards the body, and for sure it is aorta. What is the name of blood vessel Y? Here you can see the blood vessel Y is taking the blood from the body and going back to the heart, which is vena cava. Question 3. The diagram shows a longitudinal section through blood vessel X. Draw a diagram to show longitudinal section through blood vessel Y. Blood vessel X is a big artery called aorta, and here you can see thinner lumen, very narrow lumen, thicker walls, and here they have shown the blood flow direction. And blood vessel Y, actually veins. Veins have wider lumen and they have valves also, and the walls are thinner. So this is how you can draw the diagram of blood vessel Y. Explain the difference in the structure of blood vessel X, which is artery, and blood vessel Y, which is vein. X contains thicker walls to withstand, because they say explain, so we have to explain, to withstand higher blood pressure. and they have narrow lumen to maintain high blood pressure. And why? Blood vessel Y has wider lumen to carry blood at low pressure and thinner walls thinner walls to maintain slower blood flow. Explain 2 adaptations of capillaries that increase the rate of diffusion of substances into body tissues. Capillaries have very thin cell walls to provide shorter diffusion pathway, and of course it increases the diffusion rate. Narrow lumen, which allows only one blood cell at one time to pass through, also increases the rate of diffusion. Question 7. The volume of alcohol in alcoholic drinks can be measured in units. 1 unit is equivalent to 10 cubic centimeters of pure alcohol. Diagram shows a bottle of wine with 14% of alcohol content and a glass containing 250 cubic centimeters glass of ruby red wine. Calculate the number of units of alcohol in the glass of wine. They told us that 10 cubic centimeters is 1 unit. So 250 cubic centimeters must be 25 units. So we have to find out 14% because we know it has 14% alcohol, not 100% alcohol. So we have to find out 14% of 25 units. 14 divided by 100 times 25, and here we will get 3.5 units. I hope this is clear. Part B. It is illegal for a person to drive a motor vehicle if they have more than the legal limit of alcohol in their bloodstream. It takes 1 hour for the body to process 1 unit of alcohol so that there is no alcohol left in the bloodstream. A person drinks 3 units of alcohol. This puts her at the legal limit. So it means 3 units are legal. And after that will be, from 4th unit it will be illegal. Calculate the time it would take before a person can legally drive after drinking 4 glasses of ruby red wine. So when he is having 3 units, he can drive. He must wait to fall the alcohol to 3 units. 1 unit takes 1 hour, and 1 glass, we found out here, 1 glass is having 3.5 units. He drank 4 glasses. 4 glasses equal to 4 times 3.5, 14 units. 14 units will take 14 hours to process away. But 14 hours, but here they say legal units are 3 units. So 14 minus 3, because with the 3 he can drive. With the 3 units he can drive. So 11 hours. After 11 hours he is able to drive legally. How many hours it will take for him to drive legally? So 14 minus 3 equal to 11 hours. Because after 11 hours he will be having 3 units. Suggest why it is illegal. 2. Suggest why it is illegal for people to drive a motor vehicle with more than the legal limit of alcohol in their bloodstream. Because alcohol is depressant and it affects the nervous system. Part C. Drinking a lot of alcohol over a long period of time can cause a condition called cirrhosis. This condition prevents the cell of the liver from functioning normally. Explain the effect of cirrhosis on the digestion of food molecules. When cirrhosis affects the liver, then bile production is affected. So less or no bile is produced, and it results in less or no emulsification of fat molecules. As a result, less fat is digested, so pH of small intestine remains low or acidic, which causes denaturation of the enzymes. It in turn causes reduced or no digestion by enzymes like protease or carbohydrates, because these enzymes' activity is affected, which cause fewer proteins or carbohydrates broken down and more fats will be ingested. This is the effect of cirrhosis on digestion of food molecules. That's why they have mentioned here what about the carbohydrates or proteins or fats molecules, or how they are affected by cirrhosis.